What if I told you generating gratitude is possible even during the worst periods of your life? They say gratitude is the secret, that if you stay grateful, everything you want will manifest. But what happens if your life doesn't look like your vision board at all? When you're trying to stay positive, but deep down you're frustrated, you're tired, you're just questioning everything. When the bills feel like they're weighing you down, or when your relationship is uncertain. If gratitude is the gateway to attracting more, what do you do when it feels out of reach? Now, why does gratitude matter anyway? In both psychology and spirituality, gratitude is considered one of the highest emotional frequencies a human can access. From a spiritual perspective, gratitude signals I already have, I am supported, and I'm safe enough to receive. And from a psychological perspective, gratitude shifts your brain out of survival into coherence. And here's why that matters. You cannot attract clarity, opportunities, love, or healing from a state of chronic resentment or despair. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your nervous system is always looking and ready for a threat. And I want to make something clear here. Gratitude is not denying pain. It's about changing the signal you're emitting while pain exists. And that's where your power is. And gratitude can feel so impossible when life is hard. When the circumstances are miserable, your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. Scan for danger, focus on what's missing, and anticipate the worst case scenarios. This is called the negativity bias, which is essentially a survival mechanism. So if you ever felt like you should be grateful but can't for whatever reason, it doesn't mean you're not spiritual. It means your nervous system is overwhelmed. Here, gratitude must be generated differently, not emotionally, but strategically. So the first and my favorite method is gratitude through meditation. This is the easiest and fastest method to generate gratitude on the spot. It's also one of the most effective tools for gratitude, not because it makes you calm, but because it changes your perspective. In meditation, you stop being inside the problem and you start observing it. Psychologically, this activates the prefrontal cortex and reduces emotional reactivity. Spiritually, it creates space between you and the story you've been telling. This is huge for manifestation. I have an easy, quick guided meditation for gratitude available on my website. I will share a link in the description. Method 2 is think of gratitude as a frequency and not a feeling. Now, here is the first reframe that changes everything. Gratitude is not something you wait to feel. It's something you decide to transmit. Psychology shows that emotions can be thought-generated or body-generated. Here, try asking yourself, what signal am I sending right now? Or, I don't like where I am, but I acknowledge that I am alive, conscious, and capable of change. This alone raises your frequency exponentially. Next method is about gratitude through meaning making. Here, research on post-traumatic growth shows that humans don't heal by eliminating suffering. They heal by assigning meaning to it. When you ask, what is this experience shaping in me? What lesson am I learning from right now? And you might say, Ru, I'm fighting for my life and you're asking me to find a lesson? I get it, but just hear me out. Here you move from victimhood into agency. I have a video on overcoming victim mindset that I will link in the description. And spiritually, giving something a meaning is powerful because it aligns you with purpose instead of punishment. The point of gratitude is not to make you feel like everything is fine and dandy. It says this is not random. And this shift alone changes your internal frequency. The fourth method is gratitude through contrast and survival. One of the research-supported ways to generate gratitude in hard times is contrast awareness. Don't think, what am I grateful for? But more like, What has not destroyed me? Think about it. You survived things you didn't think you could survive. Versions of yourself that no longer exist, and emotional states that used to feel like they would never end. Gratitude here is in the form of recognition. Recognition that something in you keeps adapting and learning and staying. That recognition stabilizes your nervous system, creating space for attraction instead of resistance. This next one is called gratitude as trust. From a spiritual perspective, the deepest form of gratitude is trust without evidence. Not blind faith, but openness. Gratitude here is gonna sound something like, I don't understand this yet, but I trust that things will unfold in perfect timing. This state again dissolves resistance and elicits acceptance. You don't attract more by forcing positivity. You attract more by relaxing your fight with reality. If you're in a season where gratitude feels far away, I want you to know this. You don't need to be thankful to be powerful. You don't need to bypass pain to raise your frequency, and you don't need perfect circumstances to attract something better. Gratitude is not a reward for a good life. It's a tool for transforming one. And the fact that you're even watching this, seeking perspective, awareness, and expansion means something in you is already shifting. You're not behind and you're not broken. And this moment is not the end of your story. And as I said, victim mindset can send you away from the emotion of gratitude. If you'd like to know how to recognize and overcome it, you can view this quick video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.